Hey guys, thank you for watching this video and this series really for the Golgari deck. This is the wrap-up video for what I've learned after playing the deck in both play mode and competitive like ladder play for the last couple of days. It's probably not going to be a deck that will get us to like Mythic, even like Diamond, really. I found that there are a lot of good counters to it, so Jeskai Control is a pretty good counter to it. With Deafening Clarion, there's really no answers in Golgari in that deck setup for 3 damage to all your creatures. Is a pretty good board wipe, especially on like turn 3, turn 4, somewhere in there, unless you get lucky with a Wild Growth Walker, and some Explorers early on in the game. So I didn't really feel like it was a very competitive game once you get out of the janky decks. I did get up to Platinum with it, and then I got beat pretty bad down to like gold like tier 2, like mid tier 2, and I had to kind of fight my way back to Platinum, which I did. And I switched between Mono Blue Tempo and Golgari for those because there's a lot of good counters you have in Mono Blue Tempo, and you don't end up getting wiped. It's funny because they'll drop a Fiery Cannonade and your pirates don't die. But with the Golgari deck, it's hard to come back from that. It's hard to come back from Deafening Clarion. The Cleansing Nova, they'll just wipe all your creatures. You get 2 Carnage Tyrants down. And before I get to the gameplay footage here, I just want to say that I had an audio problem the day I was recording this. The game volume is just going to blow you away. So don't adjust your volume, or whenever there's an attack, it's just going to come screeching at you. Just because I didn't turn the game volume down when I did the recording. But I do want to show you this game, because this is Golgari versus Control. Now, it's not Jeskai Control, it's just white-blue Control. With a Deafening Clarion, I would have lost the game, but he didn't have him. So I was able to work around it, and I ended up winning the game. I had this super heroic Llanowar Elf late game. I think the same Llanowar Elf ends up killing Teferi, kills the player. It's pretty wild. It's a very good demonstration of patience versus control, just because you never want to give up too early. A lot of times that can lead to, just downright negative gameplay. For me, anyway, I don't want to ever quit too early just because I'll get pissed off and then start making mistakes and play bad. So enjoy the footage, but the volume kind of sucks. So sorry about that. And so you won't be able to hear me make any explanations of the plays that I'm making. If you're familiar enough with the game, you'll be able to see what's happening. It's pretty straightforward. Golgari versus Control. And then the ending is kind of cool with the one Llanowar Elf who just swings in for one. It's all the only creature I had. He swings in for 1 lethal and he takes him out. So enjoy. These don't always work out for us. Unless this is blue-white artifacts, we could be okay. Oh boy, if it's a turn 2 counter spell, man. Oh, that's gonna be rough. Okay. I thought it was going to be another tough one. Alright. And he's just taking some time. So far it's blue-white. Oh, this could work out a little bit better. So what we're going to want to do is play a Forest for mana purposes, not to pose ourselves. Drop a Llanowar Elf, which should cause him to counterspell. This is a pretty risky play for him to let me have some ramp this early. Unless he doesn't have enough for Deafening Clarion yet. I shouldn't have played that. Merfolk Branchwalker. If you suspect some removal, you should hold some creatures. Very wise thing to do. Here comes a Seal Away on this Branchwalker. Yep. We will. I've got the land, so I know I don't need to draw into land. I'm gonna library this guy, and then put him on the board next turn, maybe. Let's attack. Let's see if our attack goes through. I'm suspecting he's holding some seals away, conclave tribunals, stuff like that. So I don't see any reason to hope that my creature's good. He discards a Teferi to draw a card. That tells me he's got 3 Teferis in his hand. Isn't that terrific? Alright, so let's attack first. And let's see if we can't get some more mana on the table with a Settle the Wreckage. Okay, he's wise to my plans. But I'm going to play my Underwhelm Lich and not attack with it. This is not an attacker. This would be used just for the card draw advantage, so I want to be able to look at the cards I draw before I draw them. Okay, countered. No big deal. He's got to counter something, right? He can't counter my Carnage Tyrant. And he's going to cast Teferi this turn. This is his Teferi play. Unless he just did he just discard Teferi to not play him? I think that would be very weird to do. But that's just me, so I can do my Tyrant now. So let's see if we can't draw out a Settle. And this will slow the game down for him. If he settles this, then he will be reluctant to Teferi because I will have a Carnage Tyrant on the board. If he takes the damage, that says to me maybe he doesn't have a Settle. And here we go with the Tyrant. Either way. So on his turn, my suspicion is that he will do nothing on his turn, because he is going to save that mana for a Settle. He can't do a Teferi and a Settle in the same turn with this mana base. It would give him 7. Teferi costs 5. He would have, well, he'd have 6 mana. If he has 7, he has to have 7 mana to pull that off, because Teferi untaps 2 lands after he draws the card. He can't target my Carnage Tyrant to put him on top of my library. It would be a mistake anyway. And then, in order to sort of protect myself against Settle the Wreckage, I have Vraska's Contempt on his Teferi. So either way, I come out the victor of that play. But this looks like, just based on the speed that he's playing, that he's out of ideas and maybe doesn't have a Settle the Wreckage. Or he's trying to make me think, expertly, that he doesn't have a Settle the Wreckage. So let's, so we didn't see a play at all. Why don't we do, just to swing in here, we'll swing in with 5. He might have a Cleansing Nova, which would really suck. If he doesn't settle, oh boy. I could have swung for lethal. And that could be the play that ruins the game for me. That could be a momentum shifter. Because he could have a Cleansing Nova, and then on his turn, wipe out all the creatures. And then I'm a little bit lost. I haven't had too many plays this game. But I do have quite a bit of mana. So seal away. Okay, so now if I'm playing on Settle the Wreckage, I attack my Carnage Tyrant anyways. And it's going to be game. If he's got it, he's got it. I lose my Carnage Tyrant, or we see a Cleansing Nova right here. What do we got? My turn. Okay, another gate. And we're going to simply attack with the Tyrant. He can't be sealed away. He can't be bounced. He can be settled. Is that what we're looking at? We'll get the mana out of our deck for sure. I feel like getting Forest. So he did a pretty good job making me think he doesn't have a Settle the Wreckage. So now, alright, so now he's got a Teferi down. And right away, we have the mana.
Trust
we're just going to Vraska's
You'll thank me later.
Vraska's Contempt his Teferi. He does get to draw a card and untap the lands, but his Teferi goes by way.
We need to move quickly.
And that only leaves him with 3 mana, so he can't settle, he can't... He could seal away somebody. No big deal, I guess. I mean, it's not a big deal. Seal away kind of ruins my party, some other creatures. Oh boy, the land. So he's got to resolve these 2 little elves. Well, no, it's a merfolk. I'm so sorry. It's a merfolk and an elf. Merfolk and an elf walk into a bar. There's Teferi.
I won't hide from the world any longer.
If he puts one back in my library, it means he's stuck. And is that what he's thinking about? That could be what he's thinking about. So if he puts the Branch Walker back in my library, he lives another turn, and then doesn't get to untap his lands, which is a giveaway that he doesn't have the right business that he needs. But then Teferi goes down to 1 loyalty, and I can kill him with my elves. And he's getting low on Teferi's, right? Yeah, so, alright. That's what we're looking at here.
People think.
Why am I not running Titanic Growth again? I don't know. Maybe I should. Okay. Well, we're going to put all this money in some buildings. We are going to find... He's got to counter this. An Underrealm Lich. Just 1, because he's exiled everything else. And then we're going to use the card draw to our advantage. He has to counterspell this. Go for it. We negate that. Then we're going to... There we go. Declare attackers. Don't accidentally tap your mana well for a green mana. That's no good. If you do, just hit the Z key,
Time for plan
and
B.
then you get it back. I could really use just one other creature. He didn't make a play, so does that mean he's got... a settle? Now, if he does have a settle, I am not going to take the land out of my deck for it, because I can see my Branch Walker here, and that's going to let this Explorer tick up for a pip. He has to counter this. He has to. This is precarious. He gets scattered. Okay. Wonder if he's got another scatter for the next one. He actually hasn't countered too much, so he might have enough control magic in it to do something. Minister's Insight. Oh, Memorial of Genius. Good one. So for sure he's got more counter spells, but I gotta keep trying. So if it's a 3-cost counter spell, then that eliminates his mana base for a Settle the Wreckage this turn only. He'll be at 1 health. And he won't be able to counterspell unless he's got an Essence Scatter that costs 2, then he would. Oh, he's looking in his graveyard, so he probably has a card that's going to pull a counterspell out of his graveyard. We'll see what he does here. How does he have any timeouts? Really, he's been going so slow this whole game. Oh, maybe he's just hoping I quit. I'm not quitting, dude. I'm a stone cold gunner right now. I'm not doing this. Devious Cover-Up, so now he gets to return a card from his graveyard into his library. Okay. Oh, and he goes with a Teferi, a Seal Away, and a Settle. And a Sinister Sabotage. We're of course going to attack. We'll see what he does for card draw here, because he kind of needs that Settle back. Hopefully he doesn't have it. That or a Cleansing Nova. And I can sneak in for the 1 damage with my Llanowar Elf here. Okay, let's see what does happen. He's got something holding priority, so maybe it's card draw, maybe it's a radical idea. He's gonna draw a card. He's at 1. Does he have a play? Try and make him use some of his mana. Okay, well that's... He could hope to get a seal away, and that would help him out. But then I'm gonna play both of my... There we go. Elves for the win. Snuck in under control.